Cason Wallace leads the league in steals for a reason. But if you only watch those steals, you miss what actually makes him great. He's not a gambler, he's not hunting for highlights, he's just there making possessions harder. A lot of his defense actually doesn't show up in the steals. It shows up in bad passes, fumbled dribbles, and possessions that just don't go anywhere the offense want them to go. And when you line that up with the numbers, yes, he leads the league in steals, he's third in deflections, and all that other stuff. But the stat I care about the most isn't shooting percentage, it's shot attempts. Because even while guarding high usage players, guys just don't seem to get shots up when he's guarding them. And that's really what this breakdown is about. Not just how he gets steals, but why NBA players hate seeing Cason Wallace pick them up. And more importantly, how you can steal his secrets and add them to your own game. Let's dive in.
Man, oh man, what a defensive play. Tremendous defense. Wow.
And it starts with how he guards the ball. Cason Wallace plays with a forward stance. That means he's loaded forward, hips hinged, like some of the best defenders we've broken down on this channel. He's not sitting back on his heels, and he's not waiting to react. He's leaning into the driver's space, which lets him attack that first step instead of chasing it, giving him more pressure and more control. This is the concept we call disruptive control, the idea that pressure predicts play, and Cason Wallace loves to win that first move. Sometimes he'll even extend his pressure to the full court, not because he's trying to pick someone's pocket in the backcourt, but because he wants to make them work. And stars don't love that. Sometimes you'll even see them give the ball up early and let someone else initiate the offense, just so they don't get hounded by Cason Wallace. But once that ball leaves their hands, Wallace doesn't relax. He stays locked in, denying them from the play and making every catch feel like hard work. Because by limiting touches of a star player, he changes everything for the offense, which is part of the reason OKC is so much better defensively when Cason Wallace is at the point of attack of their defense. But of course, that's not the only reason, because the star players will eventually catch the ball, and now we get to see the footwork that truly separates Cason Wallace on the defensive end. And if there's one thing that really stood out to me watching him, it's his top foot defense. A lot of defenders open their hips when their top foot is attacked. Cason doesn't. Instead of opening up, he almost hops into the attack. It reminds me a little bit of Jrue Holiday, but Holiday used a lot more physicality to win that spot. Cason Wallace does it differently, giving himself just enough cushion to protect his top foot and his angle while staying out of any foul trouble. Other footwork patterns you'll see him rely on is the crossover step to recover back in front from his pressure, and the cushion slide to win that first dribble and catch it with his chest. But I think the most impressive thing is his ability to switch between styles. One night he's pressuring Luka's every dribble, the next he's denying Steph Curry off the ball, and then he's doing the complete opposite the next night, sagging off of Ja Morant and staying in front by taking recovery angles. I mean, just watch this closeout. It seems like a normal, typical play, but most players would run straight to their man, giving Ja the driving lane downhill, while Wallace takes a shallow angle to get to the driving lane first, then contests second, nailing the game plan to a T. And all of that footwork puts him in position to make plays on the ball. You see, good footwork turns defense into offense, because when most people see a steal, they think quick hands, but with Wallace, it's almost always about positioning first. His feet put him in the right spot, and his hands just finish the play. One of those steals is the second dribble steal. The first dribble is all about staying connected. The second dribble is where offenses will expose the ball. That's where Cason Wallace will poke in. It's a concept Gary Payton II has even talked about and displayed on film. That second dribble allowing you to time up the rhythm and positioning of that steal. But Wallace also has a knack for hunting crossovers on those setup moves. When the ball moves from one hand to the other, well, that's the window. And he's not reaching for where the ball was, he's trying to beat it to where it's going, whether it's down low on the cross or trying to beat it to the opposite hand. But we haven't even talked about his most common steal, the pursuit steal. Because even if he does get beat off the dribble, he's never out of the play. As OKC's elite defense steps over to help, the driver usually has to gather and expose the ball away from that help side defender. And that's the opening for Wallace to pursue in and swipe the ball away. A mix of effort, timing, and staying in the play just long enough to turn it completely. Now, you'd think the smart thing to do to counter Cason Wallace's on-ball prowess would be to post him up. But even if you try that, he's still a problem. He's probably one of the hardest players in the league to post up. Because while most players rely on strength and sit behind the post player and push him out, Wallace doesn't let the post settle. He doesn't let himself get sealed. And when that entry pass comes, he uses his quickness, not his strength, to attack that catch, going to the outside shoulder, similar to his teammate Alex Caruso. And for a guard his size, that's one matchup teams don't look to post up often. And the last piece of the puzzle, when he's not guarding the ball or the post up, well, this is where you start to realize he's not just a problem at the point of attack, he's a problem anywhere on the floor, punching the dribble in the gaps, stunting and recovering for steals, reading passing lanes off the ball, spearing through handoffs, and none of this is random. It all comes from being in position, being in the right spot at the right time. He's not gambling late, he's arriving early and reading the play and getting ready to go make one. And the question I leave myself with from this breakdown is how a player like Cason Wallace doesn't have a killer nickname. The best one I've heard so far is Case Closed, but I think he deserves a better one. So let me know in the comments below what your nickname for Cason Wallace would be. But put all these techniques and skills together, and you get a player who not only leads the league in steals, but anchors the point of attack of one of the best defenses in NBA history, and locks up stars no matter their style and no matter the night. And if you're serious about becoming a defender like that, how to play with pressure, how to disrupt stars, and how to make game-changing plays on defense, that's exactly why I built the Lockdown Academy. Over 11 years of coaching, training, and studying the best defenders in the world, all in one platform, all designed to make you an elite defender. Join today with the link in the description below, and I'll see you there. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I'm Coach Mike with Lockdown Defense. Keep up the hard work.